Hello, my dear students. I welcome you all in video lecture number 2 of optical fiber. Myself, Professor Dr. Prashant Bageshwar, Department of Physics, Mungsaji Maharaj Mahavidyalaya, Darwa. In first video lecture, we have discussed about the acceptance angle and numerical aperture. Today we are going to see the dispersion in optical fiber. Dispersion in optical fiber. The term dispersion, what is dispersion? Dispersion, this term describe pulse broadening effect. Pulse broadening effect in optical fiber. In optical fiber communication system, the signal is to be transmitted in the form of the light pulse. This is the light pulse. This is the light pulse. The light pulse can have particular amplitude. So this is the amplitude. Width, this is the width, and spacing, this is the spacing between this pulse and this pulse. When such optical light pulse propagate through the optical fiber, this is suppose optical fiber, actually this is the core of the optical fiber, this is the axis, and through this light pulse going to transmit, and here we get the output as like this. When such a light pulse propagate through the optical fiber, several effect causes the broadening of the pulse width and hence reduction in amplitude. Let us consider this light pulse. Suppose having width W1, here width is W2. Amplitude we can say capital A, amplitude we can say small a. Amplitude is comparatively found to be reduced. Due to the broadening of the pulse, at the output, overlapping of pulse takes place. Actually, this is unexpected at the end of the optical fiber. What light pulse we have selected, it should be transferred from one place to other place as it is, without broadening, means without increasing pulse width and without decreasing the amplitude. But unfortunately, it is going to take place. But what happens here, when we send the light pulse, the dispersion occurs, and dispersion is measured. Dispersion is measured in units of time. Sometimes it is measured in nanosecond, denoted by ns. Nanosecond means 10 to the power minus 9 second, or sometime it can be also measured in picosecond, which is measured in ps, or which is equals to 10 to the power minus 12 second. Let us consider this case. Input light pulse having width W1, what light pulse we are getting at the output. Suppose it having the pulse width W2. So dispersion in the process of transmission, through the optical fiber can be expressed as del T is equal to root of W2 square minus W1 square. So here we can say what? W dt is equals to root of W2 square minus W1 square, where remember here W1 is the W1, W2, this is the pulse width at the input of optical fiber, and W2 is the pulse width at the output of the optical fiber. This total dispersion produced in optical fiber depends upon the length of the optical fiber. So we can say dispersion is directly proportional to the length of the optical fiber. This means greater the length of the optical fiber, greater will be the dispersion, greater will be the pulse broadening effect takes place. Dispersion broadly classified into two groups. Number one, that is called as the intermodal dispersion. And second is intramodal dispersion, which is also known as the material dispersion or chromatic dispersion. First of all, we see about the intermodal dispersion. In the step index fiber, and particularly in multimode step index fiber, because we have studied the types of the optical fiber. We have studied the types of optical fiber. One is the step index fiber, and other was the graded index fiber. Here two modes are there, monomode step index fiber and multimode step index fiber. No question in the single mode, monomode step index fiber. But if the fiber is the multimode step index fiber, what happens? The light pulse travels through the optical fiber by many mode, by different mode, by different paths, because multi-mode step index fiber, if it is the monomode step index fiber, only one path is available, so no question. But if we consider the multi-mode step index fiber, so what light pulse is transmitted, I have shown you like this. This is the one of the path, this is the, you can say, second path of the optical wave, you can say this is the third path of the optical wave. So many paths are available. And what happens here, this is the interface, this is the interface, and here, now what happens here, I have shown three, first, second, third, suppose three modes are available. So light can pass by three modes and they will appear here at the end of the output. So what happens here, each mode have a different length, different path. So whatever the light we have injected into the core of the optical fiber, they will be reached one by one. They will be reached one by one, because different light pulse can travel by different paths. So all will not arrive at a time. So they will reach at the other end of the optical fiber one by one. So therefore, if in short there are suppose only three paths, so we can say this ray will become first of all, because it is traveling directly. Then path of this is suppose somewhat more, so this will arrive at the second, and the third will be coming after that. Okay, so what happens, the pulse is out when you measure the output pulse. When you measure the output pulse, it will be the addition of all these three pulses, and that's why we can find out the time difference between earliest and between the lowest and you can say highest order modes is called the intermodal dispersion. Intermodal dispersion. So intermodal dispersion can be defined as defined as the maximum time difference, between the lowest and highest, highest order mode. Make it very clear. What is the intermodal dispersion? It is the maximum time difference, because as I told you, this light pulse will arrive first of all, because path of this is very less. Then this will become out of the optical fiber, and then this third one will become. Okay, so if there are three, so when it arrive and when third arrive, so we have to take the time difference, and that is nothing but the intermodal dispersion. Now this intermodal dispersion is negligible in case of the graded index fiber. Graded index fiber, because what happens there? Because of the special type of manufacturing of the core of the optical fiber. Remember here, the all, you can say, all light pulse reaching at the same time, first, second, whatever it is, all are reaching at the same time. So all will reach. You can say first, second, third, fourth, whatever the number is there, like this. All will reach at a time. All will reach at a time. So that's why no time difference. All input light pulses are reaches simultaneously. Reaches simultaneously at a time. Simultaneously. So time difference is 0. So make it very clear. What do you mean by the intermodal dispersion? And how much it is in the step index fiber? How much it is in the step index fiber? And how much it is in the graded index fiber? Graded index fiber. Now we explain the another type of dispersion, that is the material dispersion. Material, or you can say intramodal, or you can say chromatic, dispersion. Now material dispersion arises, yes, material dispersion arises because of different wavelength. And that's why it is known to be the chromatic dispersion. Yes, material dispersion arises because of the different wavelengths of light pulses. Different wavelength of light pulses with different speed. In the core of the optical fiber. This type of dispersion occurs in all types of optical fiber. Remember, this occurs in all type of optical fiber. Whether it is, you can say, step index fiber, or whether it is the graded index fiber, because it depends upon the wavelength of optical source. So this is all about the dispersion. In optical fiber. Okay. So friends, you read it carefully, and again you have to go through the what we have studied earlier regarding the types of the optical fiber, what type of the core is there in the step index fiber, in the graded index fiber. So you must know that thing, try to know that thing, and then you will get this thing. So you read it carefully. If any problem is there, you ask me. Okay. So in next video lecture number 3, we are going to see what are the losses in the optical fiber. So thank you for listening me. carefully. So you prepare this thing directly for the examination as well as for the test we are going to conduct on online. So thank you once again.